We always give The Simpsons credit for predicting the future, but let's be real here. In 2021, Lego gave us a wall. If that's not predicting Trump's return, I don't know what is. So in 2021, when Lego basically said they were completely done with the 2018 to 2020 line of Hogwarts castles, I'm pretty sure I was the only person on the planet that was happy about it, because literally everyone was just losing their minds and being like, no, they're starting a new one, no! How can they do that? That's terrible, horrible, ah! But I liked it. Then I heard the whole thing was modular, and then, my excitement couldn't be controlled. I bought this here, the Chamber of Secrets, pretty much day one because I was just so excited. They were going back to the whole idea of what they had in 2001 with the whole modular castle design. It was so cool. And then I got the set and I saw it was a wall, and then I looked online and I saw that the other sets that you added to it still made a wall, and I was kind of confused, I suppose would be the right word for it. I was very confused about what Lego was planning with this, because let's be honest, what's the point of a modular system if this is what you get from the outside? That all changed with the hospital wing. Now we could add a curve to the wall. We then got the first set that I would consider to actually properly give us the gift of customization, and it is all thanks to this one middle piece right here. Let me show you. So this central tower here, I can even get rid of this top part. It's this part that matters. This part right here gave us all these different connection points. All of the different ones. Like, there are 4 on this thing, where everything else up till now just had 2. But finally, we have one that can give us some proper customization. You can plug stuff in here, you could plug it this way, you could plug it that way. You can do whatever you want with this. Then, of course, we got what is probably my favorite and least favorite sets in the entire Wave series thing. I'll describe in more detail why I particularly like each of these sets in their own separate reviews, which I have coming out next year at some point, because I haven't recorded them, and they definitely won't be coming out this year, so probably you can expect them next year. The short answer for why I like this set is because basically I think this set is everything that the Chamber of Secrets failed to do. Generally, I consider when you're trying to get into a Hogwarts castle series wave thing, generally I recommend get the one with the Great Hall first, except in this case. The Chamber of Secrets I think you should get second, because by itself it's kind of stupid, but this set I think is the one you should get first in this case. It's kind of everything you would expect from a starter Hogwarts set. The minifigures are great, the setting makes sense, it has a bunch of Harry Potter artifacts in it, like Fox the Phoenix, Sorting Hat, Pensieve, and up at the top you have the Sword of Gryffindor. So basically that's why I think Dumbledore's Office I think is the first set you should get if you want to get into this series, not the Chamber of Secrets. Chamber of Secrets I think you should get second. Now, short answer for why I dislike this set is it's very fragile. This is the Room of Requirement, and while I think it does look pretty cool, it's fine enough as a standalone set, I guess, but whenever you try to like connect something to it along this wall, it will shatter in your hands and you will cry, because it is really, really, really stupid hard to rebuild without like disassembling the whole thing and rebuilding it from the instructions, because I cannot underestimate how annoying it is every time these stupid pillars here shatter, and then oh my gosh, I do not like it. But I mean, if you hold it on its own like this, it's fine. Also, I don't want to forget, these sliding door things are cool, but honestly, they mess up half the time. Like, when they work, they really work, and when they don't work, they really don't work. Remember what I said about the courtyard? The first courtyard, it was called the Hogwarts Courtyard Sirius's Escape. Sorry, I forgot to mention that before. What I said about it was that it was the first set to really add a lot of customization options to the castle. Well, this set is basically a sequel to that set, and this set takes that idea of customization and takes it to the next level. Now, this set, unlike the others, it's not just modular in its like square base plate foundations. No, this set is modular everywhere. Like, we'll start by unclipping this here and this here. That's the simple stuff. And then, of course, this pops off similarly to how all the other modular things come off. But yeah, no, everything in this comes apart. These are supposed to come off. These come, no, not there. Come on, pop off right where you're supposed to. It's supposed to break off right here. There we go. Those pop off. These parts pop off. That pops off. That pops off. That pops off. That pops off. Those pop out like that. Boom. Oh, I forgot. And these top parts also pop off. That torch wasn't supposed to fall off. But basically, my point is, this thing is so freaking customizable. Like, everything on this is supposed to break apart. And that's because you get this wonderful, beautiful Hogwarts. Like, yes, this is Hogwarts, as it should be. Thank goodness for the courtyard sets, to be honest, because without them, we would just have a really bendy wall. Now let's talk about the interiors. The best part, yay! Not really. Now, when you consider that the final courtyard set is kind of what pulled the whole castle together, and the fact that it was based off of the Battle of Hogwarts, it makes sense that a lot of these scenes here are also based off of the Battle of Hogwarts. For instance, the Room of Requirement here, it's based off of its appearance, not in Order of the Phoenix when it's most commonly shown, and not the Half-Blood Prince, but the Deathly Hallows, when the whole place lights on fire. So, yeah, that's the version that we have, which I think is kind of weird. Order of the Phoenix is like the big Room of Requirement book, but nope, we have Deathly Hallows. Okay. We also have a tiny little room over there that houses Harry's firebolt. And then a room down here with what is down there? Yeah, if you can't tell, this is very dollhouse-like, and isn't really trying to keep any sort of recognizable pattern of the interior of Hogwarts, so a thing to keep in mind. Now over here we have the hospital wing, we have random staircase number 12, I suppose. We have Gilderoy Lockhart's Defense Against the Dark Arts office. We have the library over here, and we have what's supposed to be Flitwick's office. So, interesting. Yeah, if you don't know, in the books, Sirius is kept in Flitwick's office after he's caught in Prisoner of Azkaban. The movies changed it to this weird cell thing on the roof. So, I guess Flitwick lives in there. And finally, over here, we have Dumbledore's office up here at the top. We have the girls' bathroom, where the entrance to the Chamber of Secrets is. The sink swings open, and you can enter down to the Chamber of Secrets down here. We also have the Great Hall. And if you remember in my video comparing all the Great Halls, I was pretty hard on this one, but I did say it makes sense how they built it when you consider this whole castle as a whole. And to be honest, I think my claim holds up. It just kind of fits with everything. These scenes aren't trying to be overly accurate. They aren't trying to be like perfect architectural recreations. They're just trying to be fun little interpretations. And you know, that's just fine. But now, I think it's time to look at the minifigures. I'll be honest with you, I don't know if I like this character selection or not. Now, if you remember in my last video when I looked at the 2024 Hogwarts Castle as far as we've gotten, I said I don't mind multiple variants of Harry, Ron, and Hermione, or like duplicates of characters, I suppose, not just limited to them, if the characters like have variations and change a bit. But they kind of do that here, and they kind of don't. Like look at that. Look how many Harrys we have. Hermione's, we only have 2 Rons, but like we have 7 Harry Potters. I made a joke in my last video where I was like, the school isn't populated by 7 Harry Potters, but this time we actually have the 7 Harry Potters. Like this actually is the battle of the 7 Potters here. Let's not forget, like these 2 Harrys, they're basically the exact same. Let's see if I can pick them up without knocking everyone over. I mean, look at these 2 Harrys. They're basically the exact same. The only difference is one has a wand that he's supposed to have in the movie, and one has the wrong wand. And then their legs. One has bluer jeans, one has like less blue jeans. They're basically the same. Same torso, same head, same hair. Neither of the pants are particularly interesting. And then these 2 Harrys are exactly the same, except this one has a bandage on his hand. Like, it's the same character. We have it already. Like, we don't need another one. Then these 2 Hermiones, basically the exact same. It's just this one has a time turner. We have 5 Hermiones. What? We don't need 5 Hermiones. Now we only get 2 Rons, but my problem is neither of them are in a Gryffindor robe. Why? Why don't we have one of them in a Gryffindor robe? This overall selection here has the exact opposite issue that I have with pretty much every other Lego Harry Potter lineup. They generally have way too many Gryffindor robes to populate the school, and then not enough of the other houses. In this case, they actually do have a relatively good balance between Gryffindor and Slytherin. They have Ginny, Colin, Harry, and Hermione, and actually another Harry that's in robes for Gryffindor, and that's honestly a relatively manageable number. Slytherin has Ron here, who can turn into Wait. I don't remember between Harry and Ron who transformed into who, but in Polyjuice Potion Mistake, you basically get a Vincent Crabbe and Gregory Goyle minifigure as well. So yeah, there is that, I suppose. But for Slytherins, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and one of those 4 is Tom Riddle. Then you have one Ravenclaw being a young Luna Lovegood for some reason, and then you have Justin Finch Fletchley from Hufflepuff. I think that's who that's supposed to be. I'm like 90% sure. But then we also have a lot of people that are out of uniform, like Draco and Neville here, and then most of the Harrys and most of the Hermiones and half the Rons aren't in any uniform. So you can't populate your school that way. And as I showed you, the school is massive and needs population this time around. It's not like 2024 where you only have 5 rooms to populate. No, this one, you need to populate your school. You need those robes to populate your school. And then it's not like you can populate the scenes with Harry, who's everywhere apparently. That doesn't make sense. The faculty this time around, we have 2 Dumbledores, which, okay, you know, they're pretty different. One is wearing like an actual robe that's pink, and then one has like a maroon legs for some reason. Like, I don't know, they started including robes on Dumbledore more often than legs, so it's kind of weird they went back to legs for this one, but whatever. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. We have 2 Dumbledores, but they're both different. They're interesting, so okay, sure. We have Madame Pince, the librarian, a character who's only from the books, which I think that's pretty cool, to be honest. I like that inclusion. Then we have Professor Sinestra, and another character only from the books. And I do like that we're getting more book exclusive characters. We also have Argus Filch and Mrs. Norris, and Argus Filch is very good. I like that he has good back printing. And then we have Mrs. Norris, who is pretty good. I like her orange eyes. I like all of that. Then there's Professor Lockhart, who is perfect because, you know, he's Lockhart. It's hard to screw up Lockhart. We have Professor Snape, and, you know, he's all right. 2018's had leg printing, which is something this one doesn't have, which is kind of surprising and sad that they went backwards in quality. But, you know, okay, he's fine. There's nothing wrong with him. We have Madame Pomfrey, and I like her. She's fine. She came in the hospital wing. There's nothing wrong with her. Yeah, it's a good inclusion. That's kind of all I have to say on it. We also have some Death Eaters. We have Scabior, who is, well, he's not actually a Death Eater. He's one of the Snatchers, so kind of an odd inclusion. Then there's Bellatrix Lestrange, and I don't really like her lack of leg printing here, but honestly, yeah, it's fine. It's okay. We have Voldemort, which is a character we haven't gotten in a Hogwarts Castle set since 2010, so that's nice. I won't complain about getting a Voldemort in Hogwarts, because, come on, he's a big character. He should be in Hogwarts. We also got Mrs. Weasley and Sirius Black, and that's Sirius Black from Prisoner of Azkaban, so he's dressed in his prison garb, so yeah, it got a bit of the Order of the Phoenix, which is not a bad thing. And then we've got Neville in his Battle of Hogwarts attire, so again, not in uniform. That kind of stinks. Now, I've been saving these two for last, kind of, because they don't match. They aren't the same type of ghost minifigure, because basically in the 2018 Great Hall, they included a nearly headless Nick, and then in the Chamber of Secrets set, they also included a nearly headless Nick. And my problem with that is they changed the nearly headless Nick to be this glow-in-the-dark character, which I like. You can see it a bit there. He looks pretty good. But then they went back to the old ghost design with like white hands and a white face, and then gray attire and gray hair, which is what they did in 2018. And so now you just have two ghosts that don't match. And I think that's kind of weird. And you know, that's kind of what I feel like for this series as a whole. They it doesn't match. You have like Neville here that matches Harry and Hermione there, but then you have like all these young Harrys and young Hermiones that match all these characters over here, and it doesn't really work. In my next two retrospectives in 2018 and 2010, they're going to be basically, their minifigure selections will be very similar to this, but it'll only be about half of it. In 2018, we're only going to get the younger characters like these ones. And then in 2010, we're mostly going to get the older characters like this Draco here and like Neville and Harry. That's the older type of characters we'll be getting. And I think the minifigure selections are significantly stronger when they focus on only the younger age characters or the older variants. It feels kind of weird when you contain both, because then you need to have 50,000 Harrys. Whereas like in the new 2024 series, they don't. They have only like 3 Harrys and contain far more minifigures that are like a little bit more obscure. Kind of like this young Luna here and Justin Flinch Fletchley there. Like, it works better if you ask me. Now the final thing I'll bring up, you get a golden Voldemort and a golden Harry if you complete the Lego Hogwarts wave. They come in the Chamber of Secrets and the Polyjuice Potion Mistake sets. So they both have 20 years on the back, because this whole series is a throwback to 2001, 20 years ago at the time when Lego Harry Potter started. I went into all that on my Great Hall comparison video. They had other golden characters as well, a Hermione, a Ron, and a Snape, but those came in other sets that didn't connect to the greater Hogwarts, so I didn't include them. So if you've enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and stay tuned for 2018 to 2020 with the Great Hall, the Whomping Willow, the Clock Tower, and the Astronomy Tower. That will be coming out probably on about January 1st. It's about when I will be releasing that video, I think. And then watch out for, after that, I will be looking back at 2010 and 2011's Hogwarts with the sets that are aptly named Hogwarts Castle and Hogwarts. So thanks for watching. Keep a lookout for those videos. Have a good day, everyone.